What if humans ended up in the age of dinosaurs? Human time travel is a typical plot for fantasy novels and movies. The heroes of these works, however, usually find themselves in an era in which some semblance of human society exists. We have many examples in fiction of the adventures of our present-day people in the time of Wild West, the Middle Ages, and even the Stone Age. But not every author dares to take his character hundreds of millions of years back in time, to the age of dinosaurs. It's difficult enough to properly describe the nature and living conditions of anyone who somehow incomprehensibly got thrown into a world inhabited by giant reptiles. After all, apart from dinosaurs and other animals, people have to deal with a huge number of nuanced inconveniences, ranging from a different atmospheric composition of climatic conditions and the absence of edible fruits and familiar plants. Learn more about the real flora and fauna of the age of dinosaurs in other videos on our channel. By subscribing, you can be the first to hear about new videos. With the help of likes and comments, any viewer can share their opinions of topics covered in our videos. More often than not, fiction writers place dinosaurs in the conditions that humans are accustomed to. This usually takes place in a remote corner of an unexplored continent, like Conan Doyle in The Lost World, or a small island in the middle of the ocean, like Spielberg in Jurassic Park. But in these cases, there was only one serious danger to humans: the dinosaurs themselves. Not only could these reptiles end up hostile should one intentionally or accidentally end up in the age of dinosaurs, but the entire environment would be alien to human beings. Most likely, an accidental hitchhiker wouldn't even last a few days alone amidst dinosaurs. But a trained group of specialists could not only survive in those alien conditions, but also exist safely in this new world. The first problem to be solved concerning the preparation of such an expedition would be the differing gas composition of the planet's atmosphere. Particularly, during the apex of the dinosaurs' domination, there was significantly less oxygen in the air. It is known that a lack of oxygen can cause a diverse set of consequences. Therefore, the best solution a scientific expedition could take is to bring their own oxygen tanks, with a mixture of gases more familiar to human lungs. Living in workspaces, in this case, would have to be made airtight and make use of appropriate equipment. It's possible the human body's reaction to the dinosaur's atmosphere wouldn't be so threatening, but it's better to be sure. The lack of familiar food won't be any less of a problem. In the age of dinosaurs, not only were there no fruits that humans would be accustomed to, but the trees on which this fruit might hang were absent as well. Naturally, we could try catching food by hunting or fishing, but the ancestors of fish that were evolving during that time were much larger than their present-day descendants and didn't mind feasting on smaller animals that might wander into the water. In the event of a prearranged expedition, the problem of food might not be so pronounced. Firstly, any such group would be provided a sufficient amount of food. There would be a balanced menu, allowing explorers to engage in specific work rather than fret constantly over food. There would also be teams of hunters and fishermen equipment with the knowledge of pursuing local animals without putting their own lives at risk. Undoubtedly, when preparing for long expeditions into the age of dinosaurs, people should bring with them not only a supply of provisions, but also seeds from a modern agricultural produce. Thus, within a few years, a small colony would be able to support itself independently. A lot will also depend on the place where the supposed time traveler might end up. Some scientists believe that the most dangerous place on Earth during the era of dinosaurs was the area now referred to as the modern Sahara Desert. It's difficult regardless for an untrained human to survive in any wilderness alone. There's no need to travel anywhere in time to demonstrate that. The modern taiga, the African savanna, or the circumpolar regions are no less dangerous, and the prospect of being eaten by a lion or a bear is no different than dying at the teeth of a Tyrannosaurus. In various parts of the modern Earth, one might also face problems with the climate, finding water and nourishment. Surviving in the Sahara now without equipment is almost impossible, despite its lack of tropical forests inhabited by giant lizards. Finally, let's head to the planetary masters of that era, the dinosaurs. When discussing time traveling to the age of dinosaurs, many people merely imagine adventures to the theme of Jurassic Park movies, where a T-Rex or a Spinosaurus lurks behind every tree. But the laws of nature are unchanging, and they apply just as much then as they do now. The larger the predator, the larger its hunting territory. In the case of large theropods, their territory probably occupied more than an entire square kilometer. Therefore, the probability of encountering the king of beasts as a human being who is of no interest to him as prey wouldn't be very high. As we've already discussed, human beings just wouldn't have been considered food by these large predators. The objective in their hunts was large herbivores. Humans would have needed to handle some animal in their own weight class. Don't think that all reptiles of the time were the size of a truck. Giant dinosaurs were thought to make up only 5% of the total population. The forests in the age of dinosaurs were inhabited by a large number of small lizards. Many of them would have posed little danger to humans. Their main concern was not becoming someone else's dinner, nor would they lively have perceived humans as a threat. The hunting grounds of the modern armored tiger may exceed 100 square kilometers. The size depends on the amount of prey in the area. Most likely, the Tyrannosaurus and other large predators of the age of dinosaurs occupied a comparable area in which to hunt. There's a good chance that a single man who might end up in that era wouldn't encounter a single T-Rex in his vicinity. Thus, if the issue of reduced oxygen content and the lack of habitual food were solved, it would be quite possible for humans to live alongside the dinosaurs, and a well-armed and prepared group could do it with relative comfort. With weapons, equipment, transport, and building materials, even in the age of dinosaurs, a human could end up the master of the planet. A single person, however, even the most trained individual, would be unlikely to play Robinson for long. Though this applies not only in time travel fantasies, but also in getting through extreme conditions on an otherwise habitable and fairly safe Earth in our present time. Surviving alone in the desert of the taiga, the jungle, or the far north is a difficult and dangerous undertaking even without dinosaurs around. We thank you for watching this video till the end. If you're interested in more details about life on Earth at the time of the dinosaurs, we recommend you check out other materials uploaded to our channel.